In this video, I'll be working on human figure drawing, while explaining the fundamentals of gesture and the process of constructing the figure. For this lesson, I'm following the principles taught in Analytical Figure Drawing by Michael Hampton. The goal of this exercise is not to create a finished drawing. Instead, it's to understand how the human body is built and how to communicate movement with simple, confident lines. I'll begin with the figure in the front view, using only the most basic anatomical forms. By reducing the body to simple forms, it's much easier to understand the underlying structure before moving on to more complex anatomy. Instead of thinking about individual body parts, try to see the figure as one connected movement. Gesture drawing is the art of capturing the action and energy of the pose rather than copying every detail. The purpose is to communicate how the body moves, balances, and flows through space. Every line should have a purpose, rather than describing the outline of the body. Your lines should describe the direction of the movement. When drawing a gesture, I focus on 4 important ideas. A story. Every pose tells a story. Ask yourself, what is the person doing? Are they standing confidently? Are they walking? Are they lifting something heavy? Are they relaxed or full of energy? Understanding the action helps you make better drawing decisions. The pose should communicate an idea before any details are added. Movement. Movement is the rhythm that connects every part of the body. Instead of drawing disconnected shapes, I look for line-following lines that connect the head, spine, ribcage, pelvis, arms and legs into one continuous action. Weight and balance. The human body is always affected by gravity. One of the first things I look for is where the body's weight is being supported. Is the weight resting on one leg? Is it evenly distributed between both legs? Proportion. Once the gesture feels natural, I check the proportions. A standard adult figure is approximately 8 heads tall. This measurement is only a guideline to point for learning anatomy. As you gain experience, you'll adjust these proportions depending on age, style, or character design. For this lesson, I studied The Risen Christ by Michelangelo as a reference. My goal is to better understand anatomy, gesture, proportions, and the construction of the human figure. This is an educational study intended to improve my drawing skills. The head establishes the overall direction of the figure. The spine becomes the main action line that connects the entire pose. The ribcage and pelvis are the two largest masses of the body. The relationship creates the twists, bend, or tilt of the figure. After those major forms are in place, I add the legs and arms, making sure they support the balance and movement of the pose. Working from large forms to smaller forms helps prevent drawing mistakes early in the process. As I draw, I'm constantly thinking about stretch and compression. When one side of the body stretches, the opposite side usually compresses. For example, if the torso bends to the left side becomes shorter, while the right side stretches longer. Recognizing this relationship helps create natural-looking poses and stronger gesture. Instead of copying the model exactly, I try to understand how each form transforms into the next. The body is not made of separate pieces. It is one connected structure. As you can see, I began by simplifying the body into basic forms. After establishing the head, I worked on two largest masses of the torso, the rib cage and the pelvis, using simple rounded construction lines. These construction forms allow me to think about the body as a three-dimensional object rather than a flat outline. They help me understand the volume, orientation, and perspective of the torso before we add any anatomical details. Once the rib cage and pelvis are in place, I look at the relationship between them. Their angle and position determine whether the figure is standing upright, bending, twisting, or leaning. This relationship is one of the most important parts of creating a natural and believable pose. After establishing these major forms, I adjust the shoulders and the hip bones so they align with the movement of the body. The shoulders and pelvis rarely remain perfectly level. As the body's weight shifts, one shoulder may rise while the other drops, and the pelvis often tilts in the opposite direction. At this stage, I'm not concerned with muscles or fine details. My focus is on building a strong structure foundation. Once the construction feels solid and the proportions look correct, I can confidently add anatomy and refine the drawing. Remember, gesture drawing is not about drawing muscles or perfect anatomy. It's about capturing the life of the pose. If you can communicate the story, the balance, the movement, and the proportions with simple lines, you've already built a strong foundation. Once that foundation is in place, adding anatomy, shading, and details become much more easier.